Do I read over here on the side? Or should it be on-
Yeah, I can scroll for sure.
Okay.
I'm just getting.
I'm sorry.
I don't have a good start to my new job.
You were good last month, you were perfect.
Oh, okay. Are there any requests to withdraw specific items from consent agenda? Any requests?
No,
Then approval of consent agenda items. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, consensus items be approved.
Second.
Cheryl.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Scroll down. I can't see, it just says public comment. Aren't I supposed to read?
Yeah, in the box.
I don't-
Approximate position.
Oh, there we go. Approximate position and time that the board is designated to receive statements from individuals and groups. The board will review all statements, then respond appropriately at a future meeting. All persons in attendance are required to sign the attendance sheet and designate the representation status. For example, a parent, teacher, bus driver, chamber of commerce, etc. There is a 2-minute limit. Bueller?
All right.
Okay. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation of elementary teacher Lindsay Kurt be accepted effective August 30th, 2023. The board and administration wish to thank Mrs. Kurt for her 7 years of service to the district.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation of teacher aide Alexander Cummings be accepted effective July 14th, 2023. The board and administration wish to thank Ms. Cummings for her service to the district.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Alicia Carson, who is professionally certified in Spanish 7 through 12 and English to speakers of other languages, is hereby appointed to a probationary position in the world language tenure area for a probationary period commencing on September 1st, 2023 and ending on August 31st, 2027, unless extended in accordance with the law. This expiration date is tentative and conditional only, except to the extent required by the applicable provisions of section 312 of ed law. In order to be granted tenure, the teacher must receive composite or overall annual professional performance review ratings pursuant to section 3012-D of the education law of either effective or highly effective at least 3 of the 4 preceding years. And if the teacher receives an ineffective composite or overall rating in the final year of probationary period, the teacher shall not be eligible for tenure at that time. Salary is based upon ETA contract master step 2.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See a hand out there? Any opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, welcome aboard. No, you can stop at 2027 and then just the salary.
That's one double
But you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just warming up. I'm just warming up. But upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Casey, I am really sorry, Azdrowski? Ajavolski, okay. No, thank you. I want to say it right. Casey Ajavolski, who was initially certified in childhood education 1 through 6, is hereby appointed to a probationary position in the elementary tenure area for a probationary period commencing September 1st, 2023 and ending on August 31st, 2027. Salary is based upon ETA contract master step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Caitlin Lai be appointed on probation as a teacher aide effective September seventh, 2023, and ending March sixth, 2024. Salary is based upon CSEA contract level 4, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Brittany Burkowski be appointed on probation as a teacher aide effective September seventh, 2023, and ending March sixth, 2024. Salary is based upon CSEA contract level 4, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Suzanne Maselli be appointed on probation as a part-time cafeteria monitor effective September seventh, 2023, and ending March sixth, 2024. Salary is based upon CSEA contract level 2, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Aiden Johnson be appointed as a summer cleaner effective July 1st, 2023, ending September 1st, 2023. Salary is $15.50 per hour.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Janet be appointed as a summer bus cleaner. Salary is based upon CSEA contract level 2, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the following be appointed as alternates to the E ECASB and NYSSBA committees for the 2023-2024 school year. NYSSBA voting delegate alternate Marlene Grunder. ECASB legislative alternate Marlene Grunder. ECASB delegate assembly representative alternate Jennifer Del Penta. ECASB budget and finance committee alternate Alan Silver.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the request for proposal for a chase truck be awarded to West Her Ford in the amount of $65,602.43.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the tax levy for the 2023-2024 school year in the amount of 15 million. Let me correct that, immediately correct that. 15,769,751 be approved, which establishes the tax rate per thousand as follows. Rates available as of August 2nd. Boston, 22 million? 22,000. I can't see these decimals, sorry. 22,491.
$22.
$22. Geez. See, I retire from teaching math and look what happens. Boston, $22.49. Can I just say it that way?
Yes.
Concord, $41.82. Eden, $32.64. Evans, $23.07. And North Collins, $23.07.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Business report.
Hi, I just wanted to let the board know that when we access the 3 decommissioned cogen generators on Auctions International, we receive $55,100 for those sales. There is no commission charged to the district by Auctions International, so we can utilize that money in the district, hopefully in replenishing some of the reserves.
We know when those are gonna be picked up and moved out of here.
No, we don't.
Just asking for a friend. But they have been sold. That's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
great, that's an amazing class.
And then I wanted to alert the board that many area district offices and Board of Education members are being solicited from two utility vendors, ESCO and Energy Broker. They're looking to get Eden to move to them to purchase our electric and natural gas. Currently, we are involved in a school municipal energy consortium, of which we have a seat at the board table, and it's a non-for-profit entity that is there to keep the prices lower for schools and other areas. And we have been in this consortium for decades, and so we've looked at it. I've compared some of their costs. I've given Jeff the information if anyone is interested in reaching out to him for it on the board. But SMEC which is what we call it, is still our best value. And then I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to attend the Western New York School Board's Law Conference today with Mr. Silver. And it's really great to have the ability to stay current with the legal issues. It helps in managing the costs and knowing what to prepare for as things come through the district. So thank you.
And I agree, it was an excellent conference. It was really good.
Superintendent's report.
Thank you. This past Thursday, my wife Kim and I joined a team from Young and Wright Architects at the Business First Brick by Brick Awards Night. The awards night is designed to recognize innovations in architectural design across Western New York. Our very own middle high school library, where we are this evening, was one of 3 such designs nominated in the education category. I provided each board member with a copy of what was published in Business First. While our library was not selected as the winner, it is important to note that being nominated in and of itself is a prestigious honor. Special thanks to Young and Wright, Campus Construction Management, and all the contractors who have assisted in designing and building what I consider the preeminent space in our district.
Can I just ask one quick question?
Yes, you may.
At the bottom, it says cost 7.5 million. That was the total project.
I'm aware of that, and I saw that as well. And this is a great library, but it's not $7.5 million worth of library. Yeah, we did. We should have more shelves in here for that much money. But the other part of that article that I found interesting is the library had not been updated since 1969. That's 53 years ago. I know that because that was the year I was born. So the library is now 1 and I'm still 53. No. Anyway, moving on. I want to thank the Eden Alumni Association for hosting Kim and I at the alumni reunion dinner this past weekend. It was an excellent turnout, including our student scholarship winners. And for those of you keeping score, I did take my wife out to dinner twice last week. Okay. That doesn't usually happen. I want to have a little discussion with the board. As you're aware, recently we've received multiple requests to name different facilities in honor or in memory of current alumni. Unfortunately, we don't have a policy or procedure in place to guide the board in this area of decision-making. It's my belief, and I believe the belief of the board, that such requests should be given serious and contemplative consideration. I suggest that we pause on the current request to the naming of facilities or parts of facilities until such time that the board or the policy committee has an opportunity to review potential policies and develop procedures that will offer guidance in this area of decision-making. I want to be clear, though, this recommendation is about procedure and is not reflective of any issue or concern with the recent requests we have received, and certainly not the individuals that we've asked to honor. Is there questions about that? Am I clear what I'm sharing?
It makes sense that we have a process that seems fair and that we're considering everything that comes in, not just randomly naming things.
Any other comments? So we want
I also think it makes sense to have a file or some history of this is why the board voted to do so that 50 years from now, we can look back and say, this is what the person did, this is their resume, these were the letters of recommendation from various organizations, and this is why we went in this direction, so that 50 years from now, when you guys are all gone, I'll probably still be around, but that we can document why something was named and so on.
Well, you said also, Jack, was important that we haven't even gotten anything in writing from the various people that are, that that are behind this, this honor, that we have nothing from the different groups at all, which would be important.
Yeah, nothing formal, all right, nothing formal, maybe an email or two. And I think that's our issue to solve by creating a process, and I think a process starts with policy. So is there agreement that maybe we start with the policy committee and between Barbara and I, we can gather some information that's out there and
Yes.
figure out what works for us?
100%. Let's put it through the policy committee to develop something, and then from there, we'll bring it to a formal process after that.
Okay. Okay, and we'll gather that information and share it appropriately.
Jack, I'll be 114, so I definitely won't be here.
Wow. Moving on. So, construction update, the projects, because there are many of them going on simultaneously, continue to move forward, and we are meeting the expected deadlines for completion thus far. School's going to open on time, one way or the other. I'm not worried about that. I do believe our tennis courts will not be available until around September 18th. So if anyone knows the tennis coach, please send my condolences. So the final top coat will be applied to not only the high school tennis courts, but also I'll call it the elementary play surface sometime early next week, probably not till Wednesday, middle of next week. That surface then needs to cure for 30 days before it can be painted. And then it needs to dry a couple of days after that. So that's why we're looking at that second to third week in September.
Jeff, is there a reason for the delay? Was it weather or was it just timing?
It's really not a delay based on the construction schedule. They're actually ahead of schedule based on the timelines that were developed through the bid process. So the reason that I really tried to push to have them put that last layer of top coat down sooner, but there are post sleeves that need to be installed first, and they are not here yet, even though they were ordered in May. So, okay.
So quick question in regards to cure time. Is that going to affect the bus loop at the Eden Elementary? Because that doesn't look like it's even close to being ready to be poured.
Curbs should be going in this week. I think the cure time is different based on the cure time is because it's being painted. The paint
Okay.
will not adhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
But in having done pretty large asphalt project in my last district, that cure time is significantly less.
Do you
Okay.
have an alternate location for the kids who aren't on in tennis or?
So
Where the cogen sitting right now. Joking, like.
oh, is that where she wants to practice?
Well,
So I
I'm
can't.
asking for a friend.
I was trying to figure out who's your friend that is worried about our old generators. I can't tell you, Mr. Iwanko is arranged for our home matches to be at the end of the season.
Okay.
I think he had one more that he was working on. I'm not sure what he's able to do in terms of practice. If we are practicing offsite, I did authorize Mrs. Banco to transport the students. We typically don't transport for practice, but this is a special circumstance. On a side note, we need a new pool pump because of the infrastructure changes in the basement has caused a longer run for the pump to pump the heated water. That pump is not in yet. However, we do have a workaround that Mark Gage utilized last year where he simply pumped warm water into the pool to keep it up to temp. So we should be good to go for our swim season in a few weeks. Okay. Any questions about the project? There's so many different facets going on. I'm not going to list all of them because there's a lot of nuances, but any other concerns or questions about the project?
I think the windows that they have in look great. Yeah.
I would say the windows, Don, are beautiful.
Yeah.
It should be commended for all his work. The windows are beautiful.
I had nothing to do with that.
You had nothing to do with it.
No.
I thought.
How about your friend? How about your friend?
Delayed
Did you-
last year.
Well, you were part of the selection process though.
Right, no,
I mean,
but it's just,
Yeah.
knowing we weren't gonna get him in last summer was,
I-
also I basically said.
Yeah.
Is there
Abs-
a list anywhere of what exactly our capital projects are, like what we're doing, what we're improving?
Mm-hmm.
Can I come to a meeting on
Okay.
a couple Tuesdays from now?
Yeah,
It's in the morning.
yeah.
I'll be like, what are we doing?
So I mean, I know at one point we had it on the website. I have not, I think you bring up a good point that as we get to the culmination of this project, we should share with the public everything that's been done. And we will work on that. And I say there's a lot of facets because, you know, we've got lighting and sound going on in the yacht over here. Outside, the other side of the TV on that wall, there's going to be an Eden graphic on a raised wood paneling and backlit with our logo on it, and then they'll say Eden on one side and our mantra on the other. We've got graphics and you know, touchscreen televisions going on in the athletic entryway. We've got the tennis courts. We've got the new archway to William Boss Field going in. On and on and on. You know, the gym floor, which is not part of the project, has been sanded down and repainted. It's going to absolutely look amazing. It already does to a certain extent. And I've shared some pictures over at the GLP. You'll see some work starting there in the next week or so, because we're moving a generator from this building that's much newer than the GLP generator down there, and that's going to cause us to have to do some additional work in terms of some drainage issues required by the DEC and so on and so forth. So when I say there's nuances, there's details that I learned as well. And I shared some pictures with the board about the crane that was in the parking lot, lifting up that gigantic cement structure, which is essentially an underground catch basin to filter the water before it moves on.
That's a big white one that came.
Yeah.
62 this morning.
No, it better not, because it was in the ground last I checked.
No, the crane that came down 62.
No, that wasn't ours. But the other part too, over at the elementary building is, you know, the parking lot's not only being redone, but it's completely redesigned. So there's a sidewalk that'll be crossing the middle of the parking lot, raised up to prevent traffic from going through. I know, so that's a safety issue, but we've also added additional sidewalks all along the building right out to 62. We have the opportunity, because we're in really good shape financially for this project, to continue to replace some of the sidewalks over in that area. So if you think about Schoolview, and if you've walked along Schoolview, that sidewalk is very old. It's overgrown with grass and cracked and whatnot. So we're getting pricing on replacing that sidewalk from 62 all the way up to GLP. This is the only time we're going to have this opportunity to do it. There's some sidewalk on the other side of the building that we need to figure out whether we can, based on some drainage issues we're having over there. And so there'll be some additions to this project as well, again, because we're in such great shape financially. Moving forward, we are in the beginning process, and I'm definitely going to need the facilities committees. We're going to need to have a meeting and a discussion at some point. We're looking at the next project, and we need to do this now in order to be able to go to the voters in March to weigh in on whether they approve or disapprove of the next future project, which then, you know, wouldn't kick off for another 3 to 5 years or somewhere abouts. Okay. Any other construction related questions? Okay, so moving on, I just want to offer a special thank you to Jeff Winter and the team that makes Cornfest a reality. They've been great partners and very understanding about the limitations of our campus this year. Although I think we've done a pretty good job of meeting their needs as well, and moving some things around. In honor of Cornfest, and at Don's suggestion, the elementary building will be in green and yellow. Will be lit in green and yellow for the duration of the fest. Thank you to Brandon Watson for making this happen. Nice job, Brandon.
Hopefully we got some new windows by Friday.
Oh, we're gonna, so just
The front of the building's half.
just so you all know, and this question was brought to me, construction does not stop because Cornfest starts. So whatever's happening on the inside of the elementary building will continue. I expect a full cadre of window installers tomorrow and Friday as well. So, and I'm grateful that the public's going to see work happening.
Yeah.
So, anything for me?
I have nothing.
All right, thank you.
Board report roundtable. Anyone?
No, I've just been walking over there, living so close to the high school. It's cool to see all this, you know, like today for the first time, like, oh, look, it actually looks like tennis courts now. It's nice to see everything coming together.
Yeah, I asked to have the meeting moved here earlier in the week because I drove by the elementary and I'm like, where are we? I didn't know where to park, quite honestly, you know? So, that's why I thought, hey, at least we can pull up here and get into this building. I didn't know if we're gonna have a bunch of people showing up, but I think there's only one entrance into the elementary right now, right? It's kind of like through the gymnasium, through the bus garage parking area.
Yeah.
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 So-
Hey, two other things. I apologize. So hopefully before school starts, that's the plan. We will have the crosswalk signs installed at the crosswalk. So, you know, and when we instruct the children to hit the button, the lights will flash just like they do on 62. Yeah, the one in School View. And also, I should have done this at the beginning of my report, but I'd just like to welcome Amanda Pakachinsky, who works in our business office. She is Barb's backup. And so she's just learning the ropes on what it means to be district clerk. And I'm glad that everyone's been really friendly tonight and didn't scare her away.
Speaking of that crosswalk, that brings to mind, because I do walk through there, it's gonna be the age-old question. It's getting overgrown. I mean, there's really nowhere for like somebody to hide back there, but it's dark. Kids walk home from sports late at night, not late at night, but when it's, you know, once we change the clocks back. Like, whose responsibility is that? Can we? Towns.
We don't own that side of the street.
So, then maybe this is a question we can reach out to the town, because I've talked to at least one of the neighbors who lives right by there, and according to them, the town has told them it's their responsibility.
It's the homeowners,
Yes.
then maybe it is. Let me rephrase what I said. It is, that side of the street is not the school's responsibility.
Okay, so can we, as a district, reach out to the town and get some, like, it's still not consistently cleared. I mean, I don't know.
Jen, are you talking about that path,
Mm-hmm.
that paved path?
Yeah,
I know you're talking about both sides of the street.
Well-
The path, is that what you're saying?
yeah, so there's two houses on either side.
I can find out that information, but I
That
have a
might be-
feeling that that's the homeowners, that you're right, because of that's their property. So,
Right, but I'm sure
not
they
the
didn't choose to have
path
that
per
side.
se,
Yeah.
but on the sides is their
But the
property.
foliage.
Correct, but I can get that information out.
I mean, considering it's really solely put there for the kids, we should figure something out.
I wonder if there's some kind of legal right of way that comes to the property, or if it's just, I mean, I can't, let Jen point out, I can't imagine that the town just came in and paved part of their
Property.
backyard. They said, shrugged their shoulders, and said, okay, so that hundreds of kids can come through there. So I wonder if there's some kind of legal right of way or easement.
Yeah, because it's not like a typical sidewalk that just runs through your neighborhood. That whole neighborhood doesn't have a sidewalk except for that little area that clearly was put there, so kids stop cutting through, I'm sure, backyards and whatnot.
I can ask and get you.
Yeah.
I just got new Austin Heights Clippers.
Yeah, yeah.
Send Keith down the road a little longer.
I know. Well, it's really the trees that are overgrown. I mean, if you're a taller kid, you're definitely.
And we have had incident.
Yeah, is that where that accident occurred
Yeah.
a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
You know, it's-
That's why we put the lights.
If we need to give permission to go there and just do, a little bit of cleanup, then we
Like the
probably
garbage
should
can-
reach out and get it.
Yeah, the garbage can's gone too. That's when you said clean up. Like, so there's trash again all over the place, which again, it's not but it just looks great.
There's a garbage can.
There used to be. And then,
So let's let
yeah.
Marlene find out first,
Okay,
and then that'll give us some information where to go next.
perfect.
Anything else on the board report? Okay.
The next regular board,
Hold on one second. That's not correct. Are we meeting on the 16th?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah. Special meeting on the 16th,
August 16th.
yes.
So the next regular Board of Education meeting is September 16th. August 6th, oh, that's right. Special board meeting, before I do this one. Then
What time will that be?
Well, we're gonna get there, Alan, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
a special board meeting is Wednesdays, August 16th at 4:45 PM in the Eden Elementary,
Yes.
Eden Elementary School Auditorium. Or
Yeah, that's what we're starting.
would be in, the okay. All right, now for the next, right? The next regular Board of Education meeting is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023 at 6 PM in the Eden Elementary School Auditorium. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education enter executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or persons.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks. That was-
Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.